Hey fuckers, Archie Luxury here, and I'm at the Sherwood Arboretum Park. And today I just wanted to talk to you you fuckers, about Omega watches. Omega watches. And I gotta say this to you, you know, in recent times, Omega's been trying to go very, very upmarket. And I think it's just such a fucking stupid thing. They had a nice niche as a middle to lower upper middle class niche segment, and they're really just trying to be Rolex. So what have they done? All the shitty jewelers who used to sell their products, they've pulled the dealership. They've set up a whole lot of boutiques, and it's just so full of shit. It's just so full of shit. I mean, just because you don't discount in these stores anymore and you've pulled your product line out of second-rate retailers, that doesn't all of a sudden make you luxurious. And I gotta say, it really irks me that Omega's trying to move into Rolex territory. And I mean, yep, still sports watches, Omega's got some good stuff. The Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon is a great watch. Not so keen on the Planet Ocean. The Speedmaster, yeah, take it or leave it. But it's really, what really concerns me is that they think they're Rolex. They've got Rolex pricing. And I mean, for God's sake, you know, it's just getting ridiculous. Prestige doesn't start with having a fancy boutique who doesn't knock off a discount. That's just a fucking fallacy. And I got to tell you, Omega may have the steel sports market, you know, that might be their main segment, but Jesus Christ, they don't have the two-tone segment. They don't have anything like the Rolex Datejust, and they definitely don't have anything like the Rolex Date 8, the President or the Sky Dweller, or even sports Rolexes, sports watches in solid gold. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. And I mean, this is the reality we live in. This is the reality. It's reality. And I don't know what you can say. What do you say about these fucking things? It's just a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke. And prestige is something that, you know, you don't just, it's not just a pricing policy that makes you suddenly prestigious. So it's one of these things there. Omega, why the fuck are they've turned this corner? And I mean, seriously, Omega doesn't have a everyday businessman's watch like the Datejust. What have they got? In the 90s, they had a pseudo Seamasters. These were non-waterproof Seamasters, which they tried to pull off as being like the poor man's Datejust. They were shit. Top echelon, Day Date, well, they had Constellation in solid gold, but it was nothing compared to the Rolex Date 8 or President. It was nothing. And this is the whole thing. Omega itself there is trying to go prestigious, and man, it just makes me sick. No discounting, fancy boutiques. It's fucked. It's fucked. And that's what their formula is. Their market formula is. And disappointing. I'm not a huge, I really haven't been impressed with Omega's you know, decision to go up market. I like some of their new releases. They got that Speedmaster Mark II. That's a cool play on the Flightmaster. They got the retro Seamasters coming out, but the reality is, fuckers, the reality is that they really don't have a bee's dick within the Rolex realm of reality. And I just look at it in amazement. I mean, their customer is, they aspire to a Rolex, and then all of a sudden you're putting your product as Rolex pricing. It's ludicrous. It's crazy. It just ain't gonna fucking work. And I don't know what you can say. I don't know what you can say, indeed, fuckers. I don't know what you can say. But Omega itself there, nothing really in the Omega range, which is equivalent to the Datejust or the day-date. That's a big chunk of Rolex's success. And I just, you know, it just irks me. So I'd like to hear from the audience. What do you fuckers think? Do you think Rolex and Omega are on the same level? I mean, to me, I always thought Rolex was a cut above. But I'd like to hear it from the audience. I'd like to hear it from the audience. It's an interesting comparison. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Nice one, Archie. Great shades per soul.